this is a woman who just shat herself, and she's insulting me for my fucking hygiene.
First of all, it was a shart. Okay. Second of all, yes.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on,
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
and I'm KarenLee Poter.
We are back in person in the studio. Mother, how do you feel?
I feel luxurious.
Luxurious? You look like you're at home here. You know that?
I'm at home. I got my glasses going. If you guys want to see us, we're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube. You can't miss this shit. Let's fucking dive in. Huh?
Shall we?
Let's dive in with the question, the sneaky freak question of the week, which you came up with.
I did, because one of my friends said she's going through being stalked by a psycho. And I thought,
God.
I have to ask the sneaky freaks if they too have been involved with the psycho.
So the question of the week is, tell us about a time when you've dated a psycho. And just so you know, every week we start with a question for you sneaky freak listeners. If you want to participate and give us your thoughts, give us a text back at 310-356.
3920.
That's our number. Give us a text. We'll send you a question of the week. All right, so tell us about a time when you've dated a psycho.
Well, Cam, I decided to look up what exactly the definition of a psycho is.
Okay.
And the Urban Dictionary said the psycho is ultimately my mother.
Oh. Oh.
Thumbs up if you know your mom's crazy. This is what I have to see. Put that thumb down. Jeez.
I don't think
Anyway.
you're crazy. Actually, I don't think you're crazy.
I'm just a little off.
I don't think you're off. You make me feel very calm, actually.
I do?
Yeah, you do. You're very comforting to me.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I also see in the Urban Dictionary.
That's sweet.
They also say a person who don't cry when Mufasa dies in the Lion King.
That is very accurate.
You know, if you don't cry when Mufasa dies, then something's wrong.
That was a very tragic moment for all of us.
And if you didn't cry, you got some issues. And then the other definition here is a deranged and or psychopathic person who is mentally ill or unstable person. See psychopath.
Did you see psychopath?
I didn't go any further around that.
I think we all know what a psycho is. It's someone you're around, you're like, what reality is this person living in?
Right. It says, the psycho says, woo hoo hoo, I'm a fucking mentally ill psycho. And me says, you fucking sound like Tigger. Psycho. That's T1-double-gur. T-I-double-gur. I don't know what that means, but let's go to the Sneaky Freaks and find out what they think. Or do you want to talk about a time that you've been involved with a psycho?
When I've involved with a psycho. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been involved. I don't think I've been involved with a psycho.
Okay, well, I have.
You have?
Oh, yeah. One of the guys, I actually talked about this experience of dating this guy on one of the previous episodes. But first of all, the guy on the first date decides to pick me up in a Hummer. They're always suspect, too. If you got a Hummer, that's a suspect.
Very sus.
I literally just met this guy. He picks me up in his Hummer, and he's like, I'm going to take you on an adventure. And he starts going off into the next state. I think it was Wisconsin. And he goes into this area where he starts off-roading the Hummer with me in it.
Oh, that is psycho behavior.
That is
really
that's psycho.
Reckless.
It's reckless. It freaked the fuck out of me.
You went out on dates with him after that?
Well, I actually went on a date where he took me to his rabbi.
What the fuck?
He wanted his rabbi's approval of dating me.
What kind of date is that? Come see my rabbi.
Yes. He said, come see him. Okay, so we went to see his rabbi, and the rabbi said, I said, what did the guy say about me? Because I thought I had a really nice conversation with this. It was like a hippie rabbi.
Okay.
This is unbelievable. I'm not sure who said this. And by the way, I was at my lowest weight ever. It was right after your dad died.
Right after my dad died, going out with a psycho?
Well, it wasn't right after. I'm saying it was one of the first dates, 6 months or whatever, 8 months later, okay?
All right.
Did not know he was a psycho, obviously. I wouldn't have gone off-roading or gone to the rabbi if I had known this. I said, what did the rabbi say about me? He said, he thought you were great, except he thought you can lose 10 pounds off your ass.
Piece of shit garbage guy. This is a psycho garbage man.
It's a psycho guy.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
It definitely was him. The rabbi's not saying, "Oh, she,"
Even
the
a hippie rabbi
the
wouldn't
Torah
say
says
that.
she needs to lose some weight.
I mean, in all fairness, the rabbi was a good-looking guy.
He's not commenting on your ass.
I didn't think so either. So he's a psycho. Okay, well, that's
I-
one
you-
of the many times. I've actually dated quite a few psychos.
Really? I dated one psycho who made a date with me, and then this was in 8th grade.
8th grade psycho.
She doesn't fucking show up to the Oberweis dairy parlor.
I remember you were devastated. But why was she a psycho?
Because that's a psycho fucking move.
Yeah, that's
You
a
don't ta- you don't-
non-caring.
Non-caring. You don't.
She didn't
fucking-
cry when Mufasa died, for
She
sure.
did not. And she
Okay.
didn't cry when I was sitting alone in the fucking Oberweis dairy.
It was so sad.
It was-
I literally, I do remember this.
Fuck that.
Jesus.
That's a psycho behavior. You can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna meet you somewhere," and then the
And
kid is
just-
in 8th grade. He gets dropped off there.
Fearless. I mean, like non-caring fearless. Like
Piece of shit. Yeah, she's a psycho.
psycho.
All right.
All right. So what do the sneaky freaks have to say about
All right, let's
psycho
start it up.
behavior?
Christian was the first to respond, actually, or the most recent response. Christian says, "I once hooked up and proceeded to go on a date with a guy in that order who, while we went out for ice cream and refusing to drive for reasons I'll mention later, asked me to move in with me 30 minutes after meeting me." Psycho behavior.
Psycho behavior. And I have another story after this too now that you
But
brought
also
that up.
notice that it starts with the ice cream.
I almost just said that.
Yeah. You can't go to ice cream, I'm starting to realize.
Yeah, you go to ice cream, you're gonna ultimately end up with psychos. For sure.
Christian goes on to say, after we hook up a second time, bad decision, I know, I get told the reason he can't drive is because his license got revoked due to his pending vehicular manslaughter charges.
Oh, frightening. That's what I'm scared of.
The guy fucking killed someone with his car, and then and now he can't. Oh, no.
It
Oh,
makes you not
no.
want to date anybody when you're.
After casually admitting to killing someone, he then proceeds to ask about how good his head game was on our date. To say the drive back to drop him off at his house was a fast one is an understatement. He continued to try to contact me afterwards, asking me to move in with me until I ghosted him and blocked him all his numbers and social media. Good move. I don't usually promote ghosting, but in this situation,
You don't promote ghosting unless it's a psycho.
In this situation, I mean, you can't reason with this. This is a little nutty.
Well, I was thinking when you were reading it, the first date, I remember meeting this guy, and I literally had met him, talked to him for 10 minutes, and he's like, "I'd like to take you on a date. Where, what's your favorite place in the world to go?" I go, "London." He goes, "That'll be our first date."
First date in London.
First date in London. I'm thinking, no. Something's off.
Something's definitely off.
Psycho.
So would you say no? Where'd
I'm
you
like,
go?
how do you know that I don't annoy you?
Fart on the plane?
Fart on you, fart in the plane. Well, I mean, I guess he's thinking, what do you got to lose? This is also a guy who spit when he talked.
By the way, we just flew back from Chicago to Los Angeles together. I think this is the right setup. You sit on one aisle, I sit on the other aisle. I need 3 feet in between us.
Yeah, that's a psycho thing to say.
Why?
What does that mean?
I don't like sitting in the middle seat next to you. You're constantly poking me. You're telling me some shit you're learning on your podcast.
I was poking you
You're
across
still doing
the
this,
aisle.
but I think it's a little less because there's an aisle in between us.
I spent 4 hours listening to a podcast about hormones and life-altering experiences.
I'm so happy for you. And then you're trying to get some people on the plane to come guest on our show.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck?
I saw, well, it wasn't some...
You fucking hit me and you said, I think we should get him on the show.
We should get him on the show.
I'm in the middle of I'm reading through a contract over here.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, I was... Anyway, aisles are the way to go.
We digressed. Okay, but basically, anybody who's had some vehicular manslaughter
is not
charges are not someone you want to be involved with. It's amazing how many people I've talked to that have been involved with psychos, that have been involved with the law, and
It's not good.
I recently went to Chicago, and I was talking to one of my daughter's friends who just had a baby. And she said she had sex for the first time since the baby, and it was really, really hard. And I said, you know why? You weren't using Uber Lube.
Uber Lube to save the day.
So I happened to take the sample of Uber Lube that I had in my duffel bag, and I gave it to her.
That's what I'm talking about. Uberlube, our favorite high-grade silicone lubricant. They make it with just a little high-grade silicone and vitamin E, and it will leave your skin feeling it's just so smooth and silky. It's not one of these gunky-ass lubes that you want to get off your body immediately.
And it's great for oral, anal, and vaginal penetration. And obviously, it's great for postpartum women because this woman loved it.
It's also great if you're just fucking around and you want to use lube. You know, you can use it with a condom.
It's latex friendly.
That's right. And it's not going to stain your sheets or bedding. It's our favorite lube. We stand by it. We use it. Doctors love it, especially if you're sensitive down there.
Wait till you see the bottle it comes in. It looks like a little perfume bottle.
Uberlube works underwater, which I love.
And it has no scent or taste.
That's right.
Ew.
Right now, Uberlube is offering Sex Talk with My Mom listeners a special 10% off and free shipping when you use our code SNEAKY.
Sneaky.
That's a new code for them. SNEAKY at uberlube.com. That's 10% off and free shipping. Just use code SNEAKY at uberlube.com.
So Cam, when you were out of town, I just was in a bad mood, and I just thought, you know what? Why haven't I tried microdosing weed
Ooh.
in a gummy form?
Did you use microdose gummies?
I did. Your brother came over, and we both popped one in our mouth. It's only 2 milligrams, so it didn't get you like completely crazy. You're not like zoned out or anything, but I felt very creative, and I felt really happy for the first time in like 6 months.
Oh, wow. This is tremendous. I mean, I've taken microdose gummies before, and I'm a lightweight.
Oh, I know.
This is exactly what I need. Anything more than this, I'm out of my mind. This gives me just the right amount of in-the-moment enjoyment.
That's what it is. And I'm telling you, it really made me feel happy.
For some people, it helps with sleep, pain, anxiety.
There you go. Check it off all 3 of them.
Some people are using it for workout and recovery. If you're interested in microdosing THC and CBD, we highly recommend microdose gummies. And guess what? You can get it nationwide. So wherever you are in the U.S., you can fucking order this shit.
And I got to tell you, the taste is delicious.
Yeah, the little tiny gumdrops. It tastes like you're eating candy. Next thing you know, you're enjoying yourself.
You're feeling really good.
To learn more about microdosing THC, go to microdose.com and use code MOM to get free shipping and 30% off your first order.
You guys, you got to try it. It's worth it.
Links can be found in the show's description, but again, that's microdose.com and use code MOM. You want to read Sage's response?
Sure. Sage goes, never. Wait, does that mean I'm the psycho? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Do you think everyone dates a psycho once in their life? It just by law of large numbers, by the time, by you reach a certain age, you're going to have come across a psycho.
It's just the severity of the psycho.
Can I ask you something? Do you think everyone's a little bit psycho? Just there's a little psycho in everyone?
Of course.
Of course?
You're completely psycho.
I'm not psycho at all.
You got some psycho
I have no
tendencies.
psycho.
Well, what did you say? You're going to go to urgent care at 4:30 in the morning. That's kind of...
I have something on my tongue that I need to get looked at. What the fuck
a little psychotic.
Is that psychotic?
All right.
Do you look at my tongue? You think that's normal?
I know that you've had your tongue examined over the last several years, and every doctor,
I'm not saying
every
I'm
dentist,
not saying
everyone says it's normal.
Mom, I could barely breathe last night in my sleep. My tongue had swollen up. It felt like a whale's tongue in my mouth. I couldn't even get. I felt like steam coming out of my ears. Something was wrong.
All right,
You have no sympathy.
I think that's bordering on psychotic.
It's not psychotic. It's very rational.
Okay, go on.
I take care of myself.
You take care of yourself, and you make
I
yourself.
called my doctor this morning. They would.
What did he
I
say? Which
somehow
doctor did
have a
you
doctor's
call?
appointment tomorrow.
Okay.
I made this appointment a month ago. I was in Buenos Aires, and I said to myself, you know what? I have a feeling I'm just going to want to see a doctor when I get back.
I wonder where you got that feeling from.
My friend asked me, why are you making a doctor's appointment? I was like, by the time the doctor's appointment rolls
You'll
around,
have a lot to talk about.
I got a list.
I'm sure.
I do have a list, actually.
Can I hear your list?
All right, I'll pull it up really quickly.
I'm very frightened about this list.
This is a little tangent.
I'm going with.
I don't know why this is going under the psycho
if
segment.
At the end of the list, people still continue to think that you're not a psycho, then they're psychos.
Okay, so the list is first thing on the list is dull ball pain when aroused.
Dull ball, as in your testicles.
Correct. What is that?
You have a dull ball pain when you're aroused.
Yes.
That's nothing. It's
What does it
called
mean,
being
nothing?
horny.
No, it's not horny. Anytime I get horny, I have shooting pain throughout my whole mons pubis area. My balls.
You said it was dull. What do you mean
it's
shooting pain?
What do you mean? Dull shooting and dull.
It's probably just because you're overly excited and you're about to ejaculate
The
somewhere.
first I was dating someone the first couple of
Wait a
weeks.
minute. I have our videographer Oscar in the background dying. Oscar, do you have any ball pain when you're
What
aroused?
are you bringing Oscar into this?
He's shaking
saying
his head
no.
no.
I agree. He doesn't have to go to the doctor. I have to go see the doctor. Why am I experiencing ball pain?
Because
this
you're
morning
just
I woke
very,
up.
very sensitive to your balls.
This morning I woke up and I started searching penile curvature. Pictures of penile curvature. I was thinking, maybe is this related to my ball pain?
You do not remember that you asked about the penile curvature
I know,
to
and
a
we learned about the
urologist,
Peyronie
Dr.
syndrome.
Joe.
Yeah, I know.
And he said you didn't have it.
Then I couldn't get enough information, so I started looking up pictures of erect penis. That's not a fun thing to wake up and start searching and Googling.
And you don't think there's something wrong with that picture?
All right.
The next thing, psycho.
The next thing on the list.
Crazy ass son that I have.
The next thing on the list is left calf pain sometimes. Blood clot? Question mark.
Oh yeah, you told me that on the across the aisle. You're looking down and rubbing your leg, and I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" You're like, "I think I have a blood clot forming," like a 95-year-old that has to get up and walk around after sitting there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I had to calm you
For months
down.
I've had this blood clot going on.
You don't have like a blood clot. Why do you think you have a blood clot? You heard some
Let me
friend
ask you
of yours
something.
said that you might have a
there-
blood clot.
When you're sitting there, you start feeling just shooting pain in your calf?
No,
randomly?
I don't. No, because
So
you don't
why
either.
is that?
Even if you're probably just sitting
You
for a
don't.
long.
You don't neither.
You don't feel any shooting pains. You
I
have a
do.
little twinge in your muscle, and you start.
I got shooting pain in the calf when I'm just sitting there. I got shooting pain in the balls and above when I get aroused. So
Okay.
I got to work this out.
Maybe it's not really pain. Maybe it's in your imagination.
And now I don't.
Here we go with the tongue.
I don't have time to talk about the tongue because the third thing on the list is itchy anus.
Itchy anus?
Yes,
You got an itchy
The
anus.
fucking anus is still itching.
What the
we got
hell is
some
going
fucking-
on with your anus?
And I don't even want to talk about the vaccine and blood tests that are on this list. Let's go
what
back
kind
to
of
the.
no? I want to hear. What are you getting vaccines and blood tests? Why? You're a young 35-year-old healthy male.
Because I think I'm going to go back. I'm going back to South America and going to Brazil and I'm going to the Amazon. You got to get some tests for that shit. You got to get some vaccines
I
for
do
that
not
shit.
understand that there's a dichotomy of your life. One is this adventurous, like I'm a man, a world traveler,
Yeah.
using the same clothes for months at a time.
Yeah.
And then you have the complete Woody Allen / Richard
it's
Lewis
not
/
Woody
Curb
Allen.
Your Enthusiasm type of person.
I have some issues that I need to discuss with my doctor. Can I just do that?
If I would pay to have a recording of
I
your
almost
conversation.
brought you today. I almost brought you after this. I was trying to get in early, but he's not in the office
Well,
today.
you almost brought me to see
yeah,
the
'cause
doctor.
I was going to have him look at my tongue.
Why? You had a dentist look at it.
No,
you
no,
had an
it's
oral
a different.
surgeon.
It's the other side. Mom.
One of your best
It's the
friends
other side of the
said
tongue.
that you didn't have it. He's an oral surgeon. He said everything was fine, and that, in fact, that he's seen way bigger white things
I'm
on your
not
tongue.
concerned about the leukoplakia on the left side. I'm concerned about this sore that's formed on the right side.
It's a cold sore. It's no big deal.
It's
You're
not
fighting
a cold
off a
sore.
cold.
Cold sores on the outside, canker
No.
sores on the inside.
All right,
cold
it's a
sores are
canker sores.
contagious. Canker sores are not.
Are you thinking that you have herpes?
No, I don't have herpes.
All right, so
just enough, Mom. Can we just get back to the fucking questions at hand?
Okay.
All right.
Where were we?
Something about psychos.
Oh, Sage
tell us
asked-
about a time when you
Sage-
dated a psycho. Sage says never. Wait, does that mean I'm the psycho?
Right.
I identify with this Sage. And I think the answer is yes. Justin says, there are times when I've dated psychos and there are times when I've been the psycho. Life is a mystery.
Well, he's owning his psychoness.
That is, yeah, and it makes sense. We are multifaceted people. You know that?
Yeah, some of us are more fucked up than others.
You want to read your Andrews?
It's not my story, but a friend of mine dated a girl for a few months and they weren't getting along, so he broke it off with her, and she came back that night to key his car, and she urinated inside on his driver's seat.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Okay.
They weren't getting along, so he broke it off. Next thing you know, she's destroying the car and pissing in it.
That's a hostile.
It's like a cat.
You know what? My cat, every time Lilo saw the suitcase out, she would go and just pee right in my suitcase. She knew I was going out of town.
It's a very primal thing to do. You know, you're very animalistic to go and try to destroy things with your urine. You know, and that's going to
You
stink.
can't get that smell out.
That's every time he gets in that car, he's going to smell her urine.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
How did she get in the car then to pee in a seat?
Great question. Great question.
She might have broken into the car.
Did she key his car with his key? Does she have that car?
Why would
that
she
car
have
key?
that? We have to find that out.
By the way, where's
Andrew.
You didn't give me back my second car key.
Wait, you're. Where is this going on?
I lent you my car. I
what do you
didn't get
think
my second car
We
key back.
decided that your key was left with the doorman.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Why am I the custodian of all your shit?
You were
decided
borrowing the car.
Okay, it was very nice of you to lend me the car.
Yeah.
But
Taking a physical therapy.
I'm sorry, I had to go to physical therapy, and I had a few
Taking
other
all your fucking
all the
therapy
doctors.
doctor's appointments.
I had to go to all the doctors.
Did you take my car to anything besides a doctor's appointment?
I think I went to a manicure once.
How in my 2.5 months I was gone, how many doctors did you see?
Endocrinologist, physical therapy many times. Let's see, the
I'm
regular
hoping a psychotherapist
doctor,
in there.
a psychotherapist, a psychiatrist. A lot of these are on Zoom, thank the Lord. Wait, I'm sure I'm forgetting
I don't
somebody.
understand how you even have the gall to make fun of me for having fucking psycho tendencies with regard to my medicine. And you go to more doctors in a month than I've gone in the past 3 years.
One of the doctors lives in my building,
Where
which
do you
is
think I
very
get this
convenient.
Where do I get this shit from?
I don't know. Maybe you just acquired it. On your own.
Acquired it?
Yeah.
From what?
From obviously.
From my mother.
Well, I'm a doctor's daughter, and I like to get things taken care of. Just so you know, when you reach a certain age, over 60 in my case, it's less social engagements, more doctor's appointments. Okay? Just saying. I'm not happy about it, but it's true.
Can we read maybe one more?
Sure. Lizzie, go ahead.
Lizzie says, my high school sweetheart adamantly wouldn't let me leave the house without a bra on. He was also very paranoid I would cheat on him. Meanwhile, he was 18 and having an affair with his married coworker. They always do that.
It's projection.
Projection.
Yeah.
They're having an affair. They're cheating. They're telling you you're cheating.
That's
Fuck
bullshit.
them.
Yeah.
She helped him pick out his suit. She's now talking about the married coworker. She helped him pick out his suit for our prom. Needless to say, he was nuttier than a porta potty at a peanut convention.
Well, there's a lot of alliterations going on there. A porta potty at a peanut convention. I do not. That's a strange. I like it though. It's a strange alliteration. I like it. It's like seashells by the seashore.
She's kind of the coworkers. The coworker was married and helping him pick out. So the coworker's cheating on her husband and helping him pick out his suit for the prom.
I just thought of something else.
Oh God.
I was involved with, your friends also get you involved in their psychoness because
Why?
I was involved. One of my friends was dating someone who slashed all her tires while she was in a restaurant.
Oh God.
That was pretty psycho.
Your friend slashed the tires? Or the friend?
No,
the friend was dating
her-
someone who slashed the tires.
Someone she was dating slashed the tires, and then he decided to stalk her. And not only did he stalk her, he stalked me. He would call me at like 6 o'clock in the morning,
Oof.
show up at my door. I'm
Oof.
like, ooh, there's some psycho shit going on.
It's a psycho shit for sure.
So, for all the psychos out there,
They say you attract people that are like you.
excuse me.
I'm just saying that.
I am wait, are you saying
Well, she's attracting a psycho, you're attracting her, is vis-a-vis ABC.
ABC? Okay. All right. We're
Yeah.
moving on.
What is it? There's a mathematical theorem or something like this.
Mathematical
I don't know. Let's
theorem.
move on. Let's move on.
What are you
Thank you
talking
very
about?
much for this segment about the psychos. We really appreciate you tuning into the question of the week.
And
If you want to participate,
Yeah.
you shoot us a text at 310-356.
3920. We would love to hear your psycho stories.
We'd love it.
And if you are a psycho, let us hear what goes through that crazy ass mind of yours.
That's right.
All you women out there, you take care of kids, you take care of your elderly parents. Isn't it time that you had someone take care of you?
That's right.
We have a great sponsor, and it's called Back to the Body.
What does Back to the Body do, Mom?
It's a sexual wellness retreat for women.
Yeah, all over the world, they got these retreats that allow you to get confident with your own sexual self-image, your genital self-esteem.
Or you just want to get away and to have some me time.
That's right.
Pamela and her team at Back to the Body use their expertise to guide you through a transformative whole body healing journey that's individually tailored to fit your specific needs. To find yourself, just bring your body.
Have you ever felt like you're out of touch with your body, Mom?
I'm always out of touch with my body. I need this wellness retreat, and I will be going on it.
You know, my friend Nicoletta, who is a sex therapist, did this retreat. She loved it.
Whether you're single or you're in a relationship or you're married, learn what your unique obstacles are to sexual wellness by taking Back to the Body's sexual wellness quiz for women. Visit backtothebody.org to take the quiz, unlock your radical path to holistic wellness.
If you're thinking about this retreat or you're thinking about learning from Pamela and her team, we really recommend going to backtothebody.org and checking out their quiz. They have a sexual wellness quiz for women, and it's a chance to learn what your unique obstacles are with regard to sexual wellness. Like, what do you want? What is holding you back? And how can you overcome those barriers? I think it's time for the segment of the show called Hit On or Shit On. Hit On or Shit On is the segment where we take your comments, your questions, wherever you leave them for us. It could be on TikTok, on Instagram, in our fucking DMs, and we determine if they're a hit on or a shit on.
That's
Mom,
right.
what do we got this week?
Well, this is in response to a little TikTok clip that was about the guy, the psycho that I just referred to, refusing to wear condoms and calling a boyfriend of mine that he must be condom boy because he
used condoms.
Yeah.
You're shaming him for using condoms.
He was shaming him and said he
It's
would
a
never.
psycho move.
He said he would never have sex with me if he had to wear a condom. And
Fuck
I'm like,
him.
well, we ain't going to be having sex there.
Piece
will
of
we?
shit.
Piece of shit. But anyway, we decided to put that video got over 125,000 views.
Yeah, okay.
And that means that a lot of people can identify with this. And they had a lot of interesting things to say. But this guy, username blank, said, Mom got the clap once or twice.
I'm going to say that's a shit on.
That's a shit on. What do you mean? Excuse me. First of all, the clap. The
Yeah.
clap.
What is the clap?
Look it up because I'm pretty sure it's like, the venereal disease.
The
Gonorrhea.
venereal disease.
Venereal.
Venereal. No one uses
Venereal.
that term anymore, Mom.
VD, venereal
It's
disease.
called gonorrhea.
Okay, but the clap is an old reference.
Do you think I have... This is actually looking similar to what I have on my tongue over here.
No, now you think you have the clap?
No. But do you remember when I went to the doctor last time and he told me I have a syphilis infection?
Well-
I didn't, but he told me that was a freaky ass thing to say.
We've all had misdiagnoses, and knowing. I mean, can you
I
imagine?
told he goes, you got. He looks at my body. It's a rash all over my body, and he goes, "Looks like syphilis." I said, "Looks like syphilis."
Looks like
I
a
haven't
clap.
I haven't had sex in 5 years. What do you mean, fucking syphilis? You got syphilis. Your eyes are going.
Do you think like when you or I, we have the same physician, we walk into the doctor's office, there's like a wall of pictures with lines going through them saying don't accept any kind of, don't schedule appointments with these people.
Well, this, for the record, the syphilis thing was with the PA,
oh,
who is now no longer with the practice. Immediately the day after seeing me, he quit.
you think that's a coincidence?
Yeah, I think it's a coincidence.
I think that the poor guy
Can we
who's
get back
been
to
he's been with the doctor for 20 years. He leaves the day after you see him, and you don't think that that's more than coincidental? That's
Mom?
a little too coincidental. It's very strange.
Can we stick to the fucking agenda here?
Okay.
I think this is a shit on.
I will say that's a shit on. And the second one by J. Morant 101 says, beggars can't be choosers. Referring to me, I'm assuming.
So if you want to have sex, you
Yes.
don't get to choose if you have a condom or not.
Right.
This guy fucking blows ass.
It's another.
We got a lot of shitty comments on TikTok like this.
I love the comments on TikTok.
You like that?
Yeah, because that gives me opportunity to go off.
Yeah.
I just go off on them. So this one, I'm going to go off on beggars can't be choosers. Who the hell is Jay Moran?
Piece of shit.
Like he's got so many opportunities that he can decide whether or not he wants to wear condoms.
Yeah. That person's got no opportunities. I want to read one from Runa who texted us
Okay.
this. It was just it was a flurry of texts that we received. I just thought I'd read some of them and then, I'm not sure what this is.
Okay. Where did you find this?
This is in our chat, our text chat. 310-356.
3920.
So this is what Runa said. Hey, it's Runa. What's the most public place you have had sex? Mine is a graveyard in downtown Houston. Next. Best question ever. Imagine a field of boobs for grass.
Wait, what?
she's saying this is what is the most public place you've had sex? And then she really likes this question. She goes on to say, imagine a field of boobs for grass, meaning the graveyard in town. I don't know.
How are you following this?
It's all just coming to me right now. I'm reading it.
Boobs for grass. What does that mean?
I'm thinking if you're fucking on dead people and it's like you got boobs underneath you.
And dicks too.
Yeah, because it's all
you got
regenerating.
Boobs and dicks, everything's coming up
into that grass. I mean, she's really getting into the whole life cycle over here.
Life cycle of sexual organs.
From dust to dust.
So, okay.
She goes on to say, the siren song is a seduction song. How would one fornication with a mermaid? Hey, I'm new here. Can I get noticed? First-time listener here, and you guys remind me of me and my mom. Me and my mom made a cake fart video.
I'm glad that you find us to be similar. Okay. I have never made cake fart videos.
Can we get do you know what a cake fart video is?
I'm assuming that it's...
I'm looking it up right now, but
okay.
You can tell me what you think it's going to be.
Well, I'm thinking it's when someone bakes a cake, eats the cake, and and you fart.
Close.
What?
Apparently, it's the act of getting naked and farting on a cake.
On a cake.
To be a true cake fart, the asshole must come in contact with the frosting.
Okay. And she and her mother are doing this?
Correct.
I'm going...
And she says that this podcast reminds her
of her and her mother.
And her mom.
Okay. Well, so far...
Yeah.
That
First-time listener, Mom, so let's be very gentle here.
I'm saying it's the most bizarre similarity, but it's true. We have very frequently...
It's true.
You and I have made cupcakes and farted on each individual. little...
Just little tiny poops.
Little poops.
Yeah. Sometimes the shit comes out and it makes an extra little...
Oh, my God. Here we go with
chocolate
the scat
frosting.
caviar. Oh, okay.
It's a joke.
So
We've never made a cake fart video before.
We've never made cupcakes. We've never done any of that.
Anyway.
Too busy going to doctors to be bothered with it. Well, anyway, so...
Is it hit on or shit on?
I think it's a hit on.
I'll take it as a hit on. Thank you, Runa.
Runa, and there was one other shit on or hit on that I think we should talk about.
What's that?
My mother, my 90-year-old mother, who's very ill with Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So I tried to talk to her when I went to see her in Chicago, and I said, Mom, Cam just got back from being away for 2.5 months, and can you believe that the guy is wearing the same clothes for 2.5 months, and he's continuing even in Chicago for 10 days to wear the same clothes for 2.5 months? And she looks at me and she doesn't say a word. So I'm thinking she never heard anything I said.
Yeah, she's kind of out of it.
She's kind of out of it. Okay.
I come in the room.
You come in the room.
And she goes, it's come to my attention that you don't change your clothes.
What?
Like out of a slumber, she wakes up and gives me this fucking zinger.
It's come to her attention.
What the fuck was it?
It came to her attention. She was disapproving of the way your hygiene.
This is a woman who just shat herself, and she's insulting me for my fucking hygiene.
First of all, it was a shart. Okay. Second of all, yes,
I do love her, and I don't want to make fun of her.
No.
For the shitting going on. God knows I'm going to be shitting in a few years anyway.
I'm surprised you aren't already.
Now I'm too concerned. It's like head down. Like there's issues with the head first, the tongue and everything, and then it'll get down to my ass at some point.
Wait till you have to have a colonoscopy. You'll be sharting and shitting everywhere.
That's our hit on or shit on.
We decided that was a shit on.
Yeah, that's a fucking shit on.
Maybe she's just trying to say that it's pretty cool that you've been wearing your same clothes for 2.5 months.
No. My 90-plus-year-old grandma was not saying that.
And what did she say about your hair?
She wasn't a fan. I said, I love you. I was leaving. I go, I love you. And she goes, I love you with a haircut.
Oh, with a haircut?
The fuck is that comment?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she can get away with that stuff. She also, I was holding her hand, and she starts moving it towards her nose. And I said, what's going on here? Are you trying to pick your nose with my finger? And she, what she turns to me and says? Yeah. Don't knock it till you try it. That's another
She's
shit
good.
on.
She's good.
She's good.
All right. We've come to the end of the show, friends. And I want to thank everyone who's made this possible.
First of all, our listeners, because we know that you can choose from a lot of people to listen to, and you care to listen to these two freaks.
Some might call you psycho for it.
Some might call you a sneaky freak, which is what we call you listeners.
But we love you very much. You give us the motivation to keep doing this day in, day out for over 7 fucking years.
Almost 7 years.
Jesus Christ. I want to give a special thank you to our family on Patreon. My God, I love these people.
They've been supporting us for the last 7 years, and we really appreciate it.
Some of them really have been supporting us from day one. And they give us the financial backing to actually record in this fucking dope-ass studio.
Thank you, Dr. Self-Tapes.
And thank you to all of you Sneaky Freak patrons for making this possible. We had a Zoom call with them yesterday. We do a monthly Zoom call with them, and we got to catch up. We heard some wonderful things. First of all, big happy birthday to Cassie and Captain Morgan.
And how about a shout-out to Raylene for having a baby?
Fuck yeah, Raylene.
And how about all the other sneaky freaks that have been involved in our lives that know more about me than I know about myself because I can't remember shit?
How about Frank for putting out the Open to It series? If you haven't checked it out, check it to Open to It series. I believe it's opentoitseries.com.
Basically, we want to say if you want to join our Patreon page, you go to patreon.com/sextalk with my mom, and you too can be a part of our family, the Sneaky Freaks.
And with that, Mother, I think we should sing them out.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having the clap all of the...
Excuse me?
And what?
What was that? Having the clap all over what? The fuck was that?
Once or twice.
Once or twice?
Yeah, he said Mom got the clap once or twice.
Yeah, I know. You're supposed to just make a nice little cute little rhyme to sing us out.
Oh, why don't you try?
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having clap from
your groin to your knees.
Yeah. I'm going with D's. You knew where I was going.
Yeah.
D's nuts.
Yeah.
All right. We love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.